Namaste everyone. How are you all? I hope everyone is fine. Well, students of grade 5, if you remember our previous class, we had discussed on invertebrates, their 9 phylums, their characteristics along with their examples. And talking about today's class, we are going to discuss on cell. As I have mentioned there, we are going to discuss on cell. What are cells? How many types of cells are there? How do we view them? All of those will be discussed, and also the parts of cells will also be discussed in today's class. Well, all living things, they are made up of cells. All the living things, whether plants or animals, they are made up of cell. But what are cells? Well, students, you have learnt about time, isn't it? What is the smallest unit of time? Well, there are milliseconds also, but till your level, till today, what you have learnt is second. It is the smallest unit of time, isn't it? And then 60 seconds, it makes 1 minute. 60 minutes makes an hour. In the similar way, hours, 24 hours makes a day, and so on, right? Weeks, months, years goes on, isn't it? So, till today, what you have learnt is second, it is the smallest unit of time. In the similar way, cell, it is also the smallest unit of our life. Our body, it is made up of cells. Group of cells forms tissues, group of tissues forms organs, group of organs forms system, and system as a whole forms human body. Alright. So, cells are the basic structural and functional unit of our life. They are very small to see with the naked eyes. We cannot see them with our naked eyes. So, we use a microscope to view them. Also, the cells, they may be unicellular or multicellular. The animals, they may be unicellular or multicellular. That is, they may be made up of single cell or many cells. Regarding single cells, we have learned about amoeba, paramecium, euglena, isn't it? They are unicellular organisms, that is, they are made up of single cell. All the activities in their body is controlled by a single cell. But the body of organisms, the body of other animals are made up of many cells, and the animals whose body is made up of many cells are known as multicellular animals. Alright. All the vital activities of our body is also controlled by cell. Then, who discovered the term cell? Talking about the scientist who discovered cell, he is an English scientist named Robert Hooke. Robert Hooke, an English scientist, he discovered cell for the first time in 1665 AD. Well, I told you cells, they are not visible to our naked eyes, but the egg of an ostrich, it is the largest cell, okay? So, what we can say is the egg of an ostrich, it can be viewed, isn't it? It can be seen. So, some of the cells, they can be seen also. The egg of an ostrich is the largest cell. Alright? Cell, they are also made up of many parts, like they are made up of nucleus, vacuoles, mitochondria, cytoplasm. There are many parts of cell. We will obviously talk about it later on. Now, before that, I have written some of the words here. First word is definite, right? What is definite? Definite means fixed. Fixed, alright? Limited. And then organelles. Organelles is the second word that I have written on the board. What is organelles? Let me clear you. Organelles means all the living structure present in cell. Alright, the living structures present in cell are called organelles. Similarly, inclusion, the third word I have written here is inclusion. Inclusion means organelles means living structure present in cell, whereas inclusion means they are the non-living substance present in cell. Alright. Now, let's talk about the cells. Basically, we are going to discuss about animal cell and plant cell today. Okay. Animal cell, the cell that is present in animals, plant cell, the cell that is present in plants. Now, talking about these two, let's talk about some of the common parts, alright. At first, let's move on to cell wall. Cell wall, can you see in animal cell? No, right? Cell wall, it is the outermost covering, alright, this black, the outermost covering of plant cell is called cell wall. It is a thick and rigid covering. It protects the plant cell and it also gives definite shape to plant cell. Plant cell, it has definite shape, okay. So, cell wall, it gives definite shape to plant cell and it also controls the exchange of substances between cell and outer substances. It does not allow the substances outside the cell and the substances outside the cell to get mixed, alright. It controls, first function is it gives definite shape to plant cell, and then second is it controls the exchange of substances between cell and other outer substances. And talking about its composition, the cell wall in plant cell, it is made up of non-living substance that is called cellulose. Cellulose. Cell wall is made up of cellulose. Now, let's move on to next one, cell membrane. See here, cell membrane. In animal cell also, this outer covering is cell membrane, and in plant cell also, I have labeled there, right? The inner, the next layer is cell membrane in plant cell also. So, let me tell you, cell membrane, it is the outermost covering of animal cell. This is animal cell and its outer covering is cell membrane. But in plant cell, cell membrane is the second most layer of plant cell because it is covered by cell wall. The first covering, the outermost covering is cell wall. So, cell membrane, it is the second most covering in plant cell. Then, cell membrane, it is the thin membrane, alright. It also protects the animal cell and also the various organelles present inside the animal cells also, okay. What we need to remember is the outermost covering of plant cell is cell wall, the outermost covering of animal cell is cell membrane, okay. Now, let's talk about the next part, that is cytoplasm. Let's move on to cytoplasm at first, okay. What is cytoplasm? It is the living structure, okay, and it is the thick jelly-like fluid present inside the cell. We can see cytoplasm in animal cell also and in plant cell also. This all fluid, the thick fluid present in both the cells, that is cytoplasm. Okay. Cytoplasm, it is made up of large amount of water along with carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, vitamins and so on, okay. And it also contains number of living structure, that is, as I have told you, living structure means organelles. It contains various living organelles inside the cell, and also other non-living inclusions are also included. Okay. Nucleus, mitochondria, they are said to be cell organelles, that is, they are said to be living structures present inside the cell, whereas vacuoles are said to be non-living, that is, they are inclusions. Okay. They are non-living structures present inside the cell. Now, the function of cytoplasm. What does cytoplasm do in plant cell and animal cell? Cytoplasm, it helps to store food in the form of starch, in plant cell, whereas it helps to store food in the form of oil or glycogen in animal cell. Okay. Food is stored in the form of starch in plant cell, whereas it is stored in the form of glycogen or oil in animal cell. Note down these terms. Okay. There are the differences. I am also telling you differences between animal cell and plant cell also. Well, now let us move on to third part, that is vacuole. Vacuole. What is vacuole? See, at first let us see the picture. Okay. Vacuole here in plant cell, is it big structure? Yes. And then in animal cell, see, small pores, small holes are there, right? Small round holes are there in animal cell, and they are quite many also. But in plant cell, vacuole, it is large and it is single. Okay. Then what are vacuoles? Vacuoles are the fluid filled spaces that is present in cytoplasm. If cytoplasm is all this whole structure, that means vacuole is also present inside cytoplasm, isn't it? So, vacuoles, they are the fluid filled structure present inside the cytoplasm. And vacuole, it contains cell sap. It contains cell sap. Vacuoles contain cell sap. What is cell sap? Cell sap means watery solution of sugar and salt. It is the mixture of sugar and salt. Okay. So, vacuole, it also contains, since it is the fluid, isn't it? As I told, it is a fluid filled structure. Fluid means liquid. So, liquid of salt and sugar. It is the solution. Sap means the solution of sugar and salt. Alright. Now, animal cells. In animal cells, vacuoles, they are smaller in size, but they are many in number, and they are temporary as well. They may be lost after some time. But in plant cell, vacuole is large, it is single, and it is permanent as well. Okay. And it is centrally located also. It is located in the center of plant cell. Okay. Then, what is the function of vacuoles? What are the function of vacuoles? Vacuoles, it helps to store food, water, and other substances. It helps in the storing of food, water, and other substances. And also it helps in excretion, that is throwing out waste materials, right? It helps in excretion and also in growth of cell. To help the cell grow, it helps in growth of cell. Well, let me repeat the function of vacuoles again. It helps to store food, water, and other substances in a cell, and also it helps in excretion and also helps in the growth of cell. Okay. We discussed cell wall, cell membrane, cytoplasm, and vacuole, right? Now, let us move on to nucleus. Nucleus. Also, let us discuss where is it at first. Okay. Nucleus in animal cell, it is bigger in size, right? It is bigger in size and it is in center of animal cell, but in plant cell it is slightly shifted. it is inside, right? So, nucleus, they are also round or oval bodies enclosed in a membrane. Okay, they are enclosed inside a membrane. This covering is the membrane. Nucleus, this covering is there, this covering is called membrane. Here also this covering is called the membrane. The membrane that encloses nucleus is called nuclear membrane. What is it called? The membrane that encloses nucleus is called nucleus membrane, nuclear membrane. And the fluid that is inside the nucleus, okay, that is contained by the nucleus is called nucleoplasm. The fluid contained by a nucleus is called nucleoplasm. Now, talking about its position, it is centrally located in animal cell, and whereas in plant cell it is slightly shifted. It is slightly shifted and is near to vacuole. This structure is vacuole and it is near to vacuole in plant cell. Alright. Then what is the function of nucleus? Nucleus, it controls each and every activities of cell. That means it is also the important part in cells, right? Because it controls each and every activities in plant cell as well as in animal cell. Okay. Now, let's move on to next structure, that is mitochondria. Mitochondria, here is it oval in shape? It is also somewhat oval in shape, right? But mitochondria, they are small, oval in shape, and they are also the thread like structure, okay? They are also tiny thread like structure. And mitochondria, they are also called powerhouse of a cell. Why they are called powerhouse of a cell? Because they help to gain energy. They are the site of energy production, okay? They help to produce energy in a cell. So, they are also called powerhouse of a cell. Are you getting me, everyone? So, mitochondria, they are spherical thread-like structure present in cells, and they are also called powerhouse of a cell. Now, let's move on to next organs, that is next part, that is plastids. Plastids, are they seen in animal cell? No, they aren't, right? That means what we can say is plastids are present in plant cell only, not in animal cell. They are absent in animal cell. Then what are plastids? Plastids, they are oval or disc shaped structures. See, are they oval in shape? Yes, they are oval or disc shaped structure present in cell or present in cytoplasm, because this all part, this is cytoplasm. And plastids, they are of three types. They are of three types. They are chloroplast, chromoplast and leucoplast. Okay. Chloroplast, they help the plants to gain green color. The leaves, the stem of the plants are green in color due to the presence of chloroplast. Okay. And chromoplast, what does it do? Chromoplast, it helps the plants to be colorful. It is present in petals of flowers. Alright, we have seen flowers. Aren't they colorful? Yes, they are. That is due to the presence of chromoplast. Similarly, the third is leucoplast. It helps the plant to store food. Okay? And it is found in the underground parts like roots. And leucoplast, they are colorless pigment. They are also colorless pigment. Okay, leucoplast, they are colorless pigments. Chloroplast, it helps the plant to gain green color. So the young stem and leaves of plants are green. Chromoplast helps the plants to be colorful, like it is present in petals of flowers, so they are colorful. Leucoplast, they are present in underground parts and they are colorless as well. Alright. Now let's move on to next structure, that is ribosomes. See here, ribosomes I have labeled in both animal cell as well as in plant cell, isn't it? What are they? Then looking at the structure only we can tell they are also ovular in size, right? They are also oval in shape. They are small, round or oval structures. What is their function then? They help in protein synthesis. They help in protein synthesis to produce protein. They help to produce protein in cells. Okay. Now finally, let's move on to centrosome. I have not labeled here, but centrosome. You will find the location of centrosome. Okay. Centrosome, they are also very small protoplasmic structure and they help in cell division of animal cell. They help in cell division of animal cell. Alright. Then see here, next structure, centrioles are there. Centrioles, but can you see centrioles here? No, right? That means what we can say is centrioles are present in animal cell, but they are not present in plant cell. Hence, in this way we concluded some of the parts of animal cell and plant cell. And the most importantly what we learned is mitochondria, it is called the powerhouse of a cell because it is the energy production site in cell. It helps to produce energy. Okay. Now let's move for short revision. Animal cell, plant cell. The outermost covering of plant cell is cell wall. The outermost covering of animal cell is cell membrane. Cell wall, it is made up of cellulose. Okay. Whereas cell membrane, it is the second most covering of plant cell. And nucleus. Nucleus, it is centrally located in animal cell, whereas it is slightly shifted near to vacuole in plant cell. Plastids are present in plant cell, but they are absent in animal cell. Similarly, talking about vacuoles. Vacuole is large, permanent and centrally located in plant cell. Now see the difference here. In plant cell, vacuole is centrally located, but in animal cell, nucleus is centrally located. Alright. And then mitochondria, it is called the powerhouse of a cell. I have been telling it time and again, right? You need to note down also, okay? And cytoplasm, it is the fluid structure. It is the fluid structure present in both animal cell as well as in plant cell. And cytoplasm helps to store food in the form of starch in plant cell, whereas in the form of glycogen or in the form of oil in animal cell. And ribosomes are here. Ribosomes, they are small oval structures. They help in protein synthesis. They help to synthesize protein. Okay, they help to produce protein. Well, in this way we discussed some of the parts of cell today. And also at last let me revise, cells, they are the basic structural and functional unit of life, and cell, it was first discovered by an English scientist, Robert Hooke, in 1665. Okay. Now students, the important things, whatever you feel important, I hope you have noted it down, and with new topic in new class we will obviously meet again. Thank you for today.